Hello everyone, this is Lolcohol and this is going to be quite a different video. In this video, I'm going to look at the currency icons and kind of describe why they look the way they do. I don't know if it's something you've ever thought about, but it's actually pretty interesting when you look a bit closer. So let's have a look at them and I'll explain my thoughts on them. And yes, I saw the Reddit post about this, and that is what inspired this. It was from long ago. I'll try and find it and link. Let's start with an Orb of Transmutation. So what does an Orb of Transmutation do? Well, it turns a normal item into a magic item. What do we know about normal items? They're kind of just boring, plain faces being described over here by this little rock. But it turns that normal item into a magic item. So what this represents is a normal item morphing into a magic item. These little blue tendrils, that's the magicness coming out of the normal item. That's pretty cool. Orb of Augmentation, this adds another mod to a magic item. So as you can see, this little gloopy ball thing here, this could represent a magic item. And these little slivers of blueness, once again, are suggesting some kind of alteration to a magic item. Well, maybe I should say augmentation to a magic item. So I think that is what is being represented in this picture. Also, I wish I could get slightly higher resolution images of these, but this is all I could find. Chaos Orb. What does a Chaos Orb do? It re-rolls a rare item. So I think what this is sort of representing is, let's pretend that this face was originally together and this represents the original item. But once you use the Chaos Orb on an item, a new item kind of appears out from the remnants of that previous item. I don't know if this is making any sense. It does to me, but first face, this is the item pre-Chaos Orb, and then out the middle comes a new face, a new item with new mods. I think that is how it is interpreted. Regal Orb. Now this is a very, very cool one. What does a Regal Orb do? It turns a magic item into a rare item, adding a new modifier in the process. So once again, blue is the color for magic items. Yellow is the color for rare items, so the Regal Orb, what it is depicting here is a blue, a magic item, turning into a gold. That's pretty clever, right? I don't know if this is really stupid and boring, or if this is as interesting to you as it is to me. When I read this, I was like, wow, this is really cool. All these items have meaning. But yeah, blue for magic, gold for rare. That's why a Regal Orb looks the way it does. Chromatic Orb changes the color of sockets. This should be pretty obvious. There's green sockets, there are red sockets, and there are blue sockets. And that is why those colors are there, I think. Where are the white sockets? Divine Orb. The way this looks the way it does is because every time you use a Divine Orb, it ruins your item, and this is what your face looks like afterwards. Jeweler's Orb. Jeweler's Orbs make holes in items, so that's why this looks like it has a hole in it. Exalted Orb. Exalted Orbs add a new modifier to a rare item. So what I think this is representing, of course, the gold represents the rare item, and these sad faces are what happened to you when you use an Exalted Orb on an item. No, but seriously, I think each of these faces is like a mod, and the Exalted Orb is representing kind of new modifiers coming out of the item, if that makes sense. Orb of Alteration. Well, once again, magic equals blue. Orb of Alteration rerolls a magic item, adding either 1 or 2 mods in the process. So this gloopy gloop of bluiness, this just represents morphing and changing of a magic item. I think that's what it means. It looks quite tasty. Orb of Annulment. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but if you zoom in really far on the Orb of Annulment, there's a very distinct sad face on this. Here's the eye, here's the nose, here's the other eye, and here's a sad face. I think, I don't know, it looks cool, but once again, this is what your face looks like on a null orb. It's just pure sadness. Orb of Fusing, well, it fuses 2 sockets to each other. I think that's pretty obvious. Orb of Scouring. You know what? I just noticed, if you turn your head to the side, quickly turn your head to the side, it looks like another surprise face. So here's the eye kind of wincing, here's the nose, and here's the mouth. So that's what happens when you accidentally use a scour on an item you didn't mean to. Vaal Orb, well, it ruins your items. Orb of Chance, this is actually another really cool one. So what it suggests, this big grayish purpley mass in the middle is your normal item, and it can turn your item into a magic, a unique, or a rare. So that's what is represented. This little blue line, this is the magic item. This little yellow line, that's the rare. And red, or sort of bricky color, that's unique. So Orb of Chance can turn your item into any one of these 3. I think that's pretty cool. Last but not least is the Mirror of Kalandra. It creates a copy of an item, and of course if you look into a mirror, there's you, and then there's mirror you, and then it turns it into a real version of it. I don't know. What other currencies are there? Well, there's silver coins. This looks like a sideways. Then you have Pirandus coins. This is just a pile of coins. Orb of Regret, I don't know what it is representing. I think maybe sort of like just changing or removing something. Anything white, like Scouring, tends to represent just removing of something. Awakener's Orb? That looks like tentacles on a ball. I don't know what that means. Ancient Orb, generally brownie reds refers to unique items, so that's why that's this color. Engineer's Orb is an engineering orb. Harbinger's Orb, I don't know. Pretty much, I don't know what the rest of these things mean. If you know, please let me know, because I'm actually really curious and interested in this. So that's gonna be it for this video. If you know any other interesting currency thingies, or maybe why other things look the way they do in this game, then let me know, because I'm curious about that sort of stuff. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Divine power! Divine power! It's ranching, Exile. You're making me nervous.